Carlos, just what's your perspective watching the ovation that Alonso gets, and then having him come up in that first at bat and do what he did?
It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, you're there in the dugout, and everybody's kind of waiting for that moment. He's walking towards the plate, standing ovation. It means a lot to the people, to the fans, and to our players, and definitely to Pete. And then for him to go out there first at bat and goes the other way to kind of set the tone right away. First at bat of the season here at Citi Field too for him after the off season with all the rumors and all that. Is a pretty cool feeling for him, for all of us, and he got us going there.
3 home runs, but his at bats in general have just been so good. What overall have you made of these first 7 games for him?
He's locked in. And when he's not chasing, when he's laying off some tough pitches, when he's not missing pitches in the strike zone, and he's using the whole field. We saw it going depth center in Miami, going the other way today with authority. That's not an easy thing to do. And then he puts the other team in a difficult spot to make some decisions, and we saw it today. When they ended up walking him because of the lefty-lefty matchup, and then now, we keep talking about our lineup being deep, and that's what happens there. So it's a big difference, obviously, when he's going like that, and we're gonna need him.
Pete, on the right.
Carlos, what did you think about Juan Soto's home debut and getting his first hit and first RBI here in the stadium?
Yeah, I thought. Typical Juan Soto, he's going to help you win games in a lot of different ways, whether it's by getting on base, by getting the big hit. Made a nice defensive play on Santander there towards the end of the game. Pretty good game for him. First, it was pretty cool for him too, and for the crowd. That ovation, and I thought overall it was a good day for him.
And if I could ask you as well, just what do you think about what this bullpen is doing so far to start the year, and how much of a weapon it's been for you today?
Yeah, we like the guys that we got there, and they keep doing their jobs. There's a lot of different looks, a lot of different pitch types, righty, lefties, and the biggest thing is coming in the game and attacking the strike zone, and they're doing that. We saw it today with Minter. Kranick continues to do a hell of a job on a day where we needed him to finish that game. He ended up doing that, and that goes a long way when you're protecting the bullpen the way they're doing, whether it's a Brasoban, whether it's a Budo going multiple innings the other day. Today, Kranick, we're going to need all of them, and I think they're all doing their job in their parts, and, that's good to see.
Tyler on the left.
Carlos, when you see Pete have a day like that, or like in Miami, do you ever think about how it would have been different for you if he wasn't in the lineup?
I'm glad I don't have to think about that. I have him. So, I had him last year, and I got him again this year. So, I don't think that crossed my mind. So,
Abby?
What do you like about how Megill is using his pitches?
Yeah, I liked him. Keeping it simple, attacking hitters. I thought he used all of them today in a good way. Where's the fastball, where's the breaking ball, the slider. But I think it comes down to throwing strikes and staying on the attack. I thought he slowed the game down. He made pitches when he needed to, making that mound visit there with a couple of guys on. I think kind of put him in a better position there, and he went out there and executed. But I like how he's mixing. I like how he's attacking the strike zone, and he gave us a chance and ended up getting the win.
What about Reed Garrett gives you confidence to deploy him in situations like the ones today with runners on?
Yeah, he's done it before. He keeps doing it. I like his pitches, obviously. His ability to slow the game down, having the awareness of the situation, whether you're trying to make a guy chase, you're trying to get a ground ball. We saw it with Jimenez, right on lefty, and then right on right matchup. This is a guy that can get lefties, can get righties, and again, can get ground balls, can get swing and misses with a lot of his pitches, and he's done that. He's a big part of that bullpen, and he will continue to play a huge role.
Mark, back left.
Carlos, I want to ask you about Mark Vientos over here. I wanted to ask you about Mark Vientos. Drove a couple balls to straightaway center field today, but what are you seeing from your third baseman up at the plate right now?
Yeah, he's not getting results, but like you said, small couple of balls to center field, and I was telling him before that, I don't think he got last at bat, like, you're getting in good hitters count, and at some point, hits and results are going to come, you know. I know this is a result-driven game, but if your process, if you're not chasing, you're going to be in a good place. And he laid up, you know, he got to good hitters count, 2-0, 2-1, 3-2, and he's going to be fine.
Middle
Hey,
here on the
Carlos.
right.
Sorry.
You
Had Acuna and Marte in the lineup today against a righty. Did that have to do with Gossman and the splitter? And is that something on Sunday with Bowden Francis and his splitter you might consider as well?
Yeah, we'll go day-to-day, matchup base. Like you said, Gossman being a little bit reverse in the past, more neutral. The split against lefties is very effective. I thought today was a good day to put the righties. And then, you know, we got one more, I think, on Sunday on Francis. But, yeah, we're going to – and the situation of the game will dictate. It's not necessarily going to be a platoon straight. You know, we saw Marte getting on a bat with second and third against a right-handed and ended up getting a sac fly. So, yeah, the situation of the game will dictate how I'm going to use them.
Joe?
Carlos, just Lindor on the first at-bat of the game going for that double. Is that sort of just a tone setter for the season here?
Yeah, I wouldn't, you know, that's who he is, you know. He likes to set the tone. And today, first pitch of the game, right away, here we are, attacking, you know, and then not only putting a good swing, but taking two there. Yeah, it's good to see. It brings the energy. And again, that's what you want to see out of when you're on the offense. Like, you have to attack, and we did that from pitch one today.
Joe?
Carlos, could you tell upon first glance that Francisco beat that tag with that swim move? What did you see there?
When it first happened, yeah, I didn't see it. You know, yeah, from the dugout, you can't tell. Then when Gibby got on the phone and he told me the challenge, you know, I was like, what he said? And he's like, yeah, I think he's Harrison think he's safe. So, but it's pretty tough to tell from the dugout. I just like the aggressiveness there, and like I said, setting the tone.
Last one for Carlos.
Carlos, how are you? Luis Gonzalez, Quisqueya International. Did you send Juan Soto to steal? Did he go on his own? Did it make you nervous to see him go?
He's got to play baseball. You know, he's all of them got green lights. We trust their decision making. I trust Antoine Richardson at first base with all the information. And when we find opportunities, we're going to take advantage. And today we saw a couple of them, and we took it.